Happy Thursday to you. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz. We'll talk all things Western Washington weather because things are about to change. We'll have afternoon sunshine today after we get rid of some of these stubborn low clouds. Things are going to change heading into the weekend, and it's not going to be as bright. We're going to have this atmospheric river taking aim toward the Pacific Northwest, and depending on where you live, that's where we could have some rain versus mostly dry conditions, and I'll break it all down for you coming up. But first, I wanted to talk all things earthquakes. As we well know, we've had a lot of talk about the minor earthquakes we've had over the area, including the magnitude 3.9 earthquake that occurred Wednesday afternoon just south of Sequim over the Olympic Peninsula, and then the magnitude 4.5 earthquake over the islands on Monday. That is one of the strongest we've had in several years. 2019 was the last time we've had a magnitude 4.5 earthquake or greater. So you can see it's less common for us in Western Washington, at least over the past 25 years, for us to have had a magnitude 4.5 earthquake or greater. What's more common, magnitude 3.0 to 3.9, and even weaker than that. We have them all the time, as we well know, but anywhere between a magnitude 2.0 all the way to 3.9, that's where we have some of the more occurrences. That's more common around the area, as we well know. It's a price we pay living in such a beautiful portion of the country. So these dots that you see, these yellow dots, those are magnitude 3.0 to 3.9 earthquakes that have occurred since 2015, so over the past decade. And as you can see, it's very common. The state seismologist says these aren't really to be concerned about, but it's always a friendly reminder to have that earthquake safety plan ready to go for you, your family, and your pets. Now let's get back to the forecast and what we can expect over the weekend. We are going to have increasing rain, but it's all dependent on where you live. And don't forget, we spring forward an hour. The clock hits 2 a.m. We spring forward to 3 a.m. And at least we'll get the 7 o'clock sunsets and beyond after that, but we do lose an hour of sleep. And it's always a good time to check the batteries in your smoke detector, as well as carbon monoxide detectors as well. Next week, we'll stay more active, not going to have nearly as much sunshine, and temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s. We need the rain. It's not so great for your weekend plans. If you have any outdoor plans the next couple of days, minus today and tomorrow, of course, we have a moderate drought for much of the area, much of Western Washington. If not, we have abnormally dry conditions. That's that yellow color that you see. The good news is from this update, which was released Thursday morning versus the previous update, not much has changed. In fact, it's pretty much the exact same from last week's update. So that's good that we haven't had any significant changes, no severe drought, but it's also bad since we haven't had any improvements. But we haven't had much rain to start the month. And you see the deficit. This is what's so important, that yearly departure. We're still almost 5 inches below where we should be this time of year. Same for Olympia, a little more than 6 inches below where we should be. And we're not expecting any major rain that will help completely wash out the drought conditions, but it's something. At this point, anything will help. The next 7 days, most of the rain is going to be focused over the northwestern tier of the state, as well as over the Northern Olympics, and the Northern Olympics, and then the Northern Cascades up to Vancouver Island and British Columbia. But as I mentioned, anything will help at this point. Western Washington looking beautiful. You see even sunshine closer to the coast, Hurricane Ridge, bright sunny skies, bluebird special if you're headed up to the mountains today, but some of us still trapped under some of that really stubborn cloud cover. Low and mid 50s for the afternoon. We'll have a nice, very comfortable wind coming out of the north, about 10 miles per hour today. Tonight we'll likely have some areas of patchy fog developing. If not fog, it's going to be low clouds and temperatures will be in the 30s. Tomorrow we'll warm up into the low and mid 50s, maybe a couple of degrees milder for some, and we are going to have increasing cloud cover. So let's talk about this rain. I'm taking things through Friday. We'll start there. We'll start off with a little bit of low clouds, if not fog, but then we'll have clearing skies. This ridge of high pressure that is keeping things nice and quiet, it's starting to move inland this weekend, opening the door for a system to move in and increasing our rain chances. Now, there's still a lot of uncertainties with how much moisture makes it this far inland over the weekend. Atmospheric rivers taking aim toward the Pacific Northwest, but more so Vancouver Island, British Columbia. So this is early Saturday. It looks as though a front's going to move in and it's going to pump its brakes. You see how a lot of rain does not reach southeast of Tacoma into the morning. You see, then it starts to lift back to the northwest. There is a chance that this rain makes it over Seattle before it starts to move back to the northwest as that front just kind of oscillates over the area. Then we get into Sunday. That's when things will start to change. We'll get a better chance for rain. In terms of the rain totals through Saturday, you can see that very distinct line of where we could get rain versus little to no rain. Same for the mountains. Mount Baker, Hurricane Ridge going to likely get the brunt of it. Possibly a foot of fresh snow up in Baker, at least through Saturday night. Then we get into, in terms of timing, let's pick it back up. This is Sunday morning, so Saturday night into Sunday morning. That front will likely start to move back to the southeast, and you see how it sends all of the precipitation with it. Then we get into Monday morning, and then we'll start to dry things out before we just get a series of systems over the span of the couple of days heading into next week. And so with all of that being said, beneficial mountain snow will move over the area. This is the European model through next Wednesday, and it's showing the potential for maybe 2.5, 3 feet up in Mount Baker, whereas the rest of the Cascades significantly less than that. Again, it's all because of that atmospheric river. We have to see where it sets up, that plume of moisture, where it sets up. But either way, we are expecting increasing rain later Sunday. Into Monday and Tuesday of next week, as I mentioned, we'll get some rain at times. Temperatures will trend below normal in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Now, again, a lot can change between now and the weekend, even though it's super close. Just make sure you check back in with us. You can always check in on king5.com on air as well, and then King 5 Plus.